Good day, everyone, and welcome back to another coffee chat with our Explore the World series. And I have a very special guest, my friend Harish Shroff from Indus Travels. And we're going to talk a little bit about Harish and also about what the travel world has in store for Indus. So, welcome, Harish. How are you?
Excellent. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you for inviting me on this call today.
Yes, it's great. And I guess I should introduce myself, Jennifer McPherson of Turnkey Travel. And we have a few questions to get to know you a little bit more, and then as well about the world of travel and how that's opening up for Indus. So before this crazy pandemic, over 15 months now we've been in it, we were traveling and traveling a lot. The first question I have for you, Harish, is what was your last trip that you took, and what was that experience like?
Well, that's a good question, and that's a good memory that I have. My last trip was on August 2019, and I visited Egypt. It was my first travel to Egypt. I just loved the destination.
Mm,
I can go on and on talking about it, right from Cairo, when you go to the pyramids. I'm sure you have read about the stones and how they build it. But when you're really there and touching those stones, it gives you the massive amount of work that has gone into it. We were on the cruise for 4 nights, the Nile cruise. Just like, you go in the morning, you stand on the cruise, you can see the sunrise and sunset. It's so beautiful.
mm,
Every place we went into the Valley of Kings. We went, different places, the temples, unbelievable structures that they have. One of my favorite was the Luxor temple. I just loved it, the way it's designed.
mm.
And yeah, you will just be taking pictures and pictures. Some of the tombs, when you go inside down, they have paintings which are dating back to 2000 years, and they still look so fresh and so nice. Like, yeah, the whole trip was wonderful. I would definitely recommend everybody to go back, go there. And I would also go back as soon as things get better.
It's probably a nice time to go back right out of the gate because there's not as many tourists there, and that gives you a bit of time around to see the pyramids and get in there. So that would be a great time.
Yes, yes.
Excellent, excellent. And what about you in travel? How long have you been in the industry, and how long have you been in your role with Indus?
Sure. Yeah, that's a long story. I've been in travel business for 20 years. I did start working different countries actually. So I have worked in Philippines in travel for 4 years. Then I moved to India. I worked there for a tour operator, and in Canada, I've been working with Indus Travel for 11 years. Um, my role as director of sales is to help the business to generate more business. Not only that, but I love to partner with my travel partners. That's what my goal is, to help them. They can associate and make more travel, take more groups. And the most rewarding point in that is when these groups, they go and they come back, they want to repeat the experience because they just love it. The whole organizing
Hmm,
of the
hmm.
tour, the whole setup, and the value that they get by going on these tours. Yeah, that's the reward of being in travel.
Well, you probably answered right into the next question is what is Indus really known for?
Yeah. So yeah, we are actually known for small groups, independent group,
Yeah.
also known as custom tours. We make sure that the clients get unique experiences. You go to Peru, you see Machu Picchu. You go to India, you see Taj Mahal. You go to South Africa, you want to see the wildlife. So there are some very unique experiences visiting the markets, meeting the local
Hmm.
people. Our travel experts, they know the destination. They really design it so that you can have an amazing tour, and you just have to go and relax and really enjoy. There are very few companies who can actually custom design, so we really do that, and we bring value to the clients. We make sure that they get really, when they go and come back, they have that wow factor. And we do some unique tours like yoga tour, going to a destination and doing yoga, culinary tours, going to destinations and learning how to cook local food. Yeah, those are some of our special tours.
Yes, no, for sure. The small group tour that I did with you, I guess now already 2019 to South Africa, It was amazing, and we saw and did so much. We did the safari up by Johannesburg when we first flew in, and then we were down to Cape Town. We went all the way down and saw the penguins and to the southern point, and then all the way around and did the wineries. So it was a great mix, and look forward to doing more for sure because it was a great experience.
Yeah. Yeah.
So as the world unfolds and we're hearing more and more of new countries opening, how do you and Indus foresee travel reopening as the world starts to open up?
Sure. As a tour operator, we get to work with the Canadian market as well as the US market. So we are already seeing a huge demand coming from the US market. We already
Mhm.
have groups ready to book for September. We have already groups sold out for February to Egypt, to Bali. So I'm already seeing a huge demand coming up. Here also in Canada, we've already started getting inquiries, and I'm very positive in the next month or so, we'll start getting groups booking for that. So a lot of destinations are opening up. Europe has opened up, and people have been in their homes for too long. They have collected a lot of savings, not that they couldn't spend anywhere. And people who love to travel will actually double their travel. And people who have not
Mhm.
thought of travel will also start traveling. So there's going to be a super boom for the travel industry in the next few years.
Yes, I'm calling it the travel tsunami because we're just going to have this huge wave come over for sure, for
Yes,
sure.
yes.
Now, obviously, you work with each country, and so that the answer to the next question will depend on where they go. But what are you putting in place, or how are you working with your suppliers locally for new COVID protocols?
Sure. So first of all, I want to thank all the clients, partners like you who have, supported us and being very patient. We were able to move all of our groups to future travel, which is happening now. Many of the clients are able to use their vouchers, and travel is starting. They're starting to use that. We have some amazing partners in the destination, so they have also been very supportive. They have, they are holding on, and now the travel is starting. They put in super tight protocols in place, whatever is the local regulation at the moment. So for example, if the local government says 60% capacity for a bus, that's what they're going to use. So if it's going to be a 45 seater, they'll put only 27 people on that. Hand sanitizers and many other things. We're also going to make sure that we are using hotels which are certified. That means they get their certification and they're clear. We are also registered, and we are also a safe travel company now. So that means when you're traveling with us, we are using all these different protocols in different locations to make sure clients are safe. So there are many things that we have put in place for the future travel.
Well, and that's great because that just gives the clients more confidence when they are rebooking and traveling to these new destinations for sure. For sure. That's great. Now, you've touched on several already from Egypt and we've talked about Africa, but what would you say are indices or maybe even your top three destinations or favorite itinerary that you offer?
Sure. It's a very hard question. Things have changed. In the past, I would say South Africa. People love to, go and see the wildlife, adventure. Egypt, I've already spoken about that. Holy Land, just to go to, the places and walk where Jesus walked 2,000 years ago. It's a life changer. The Mediterranean food. There are many places. Right now, things are shifting. So I am seeing a lot of demand for Europe. So Greece has picked up, Ireland has picked up, Bali has picked up. So some new destinations will rise that have handled the COVID much better, that have had
Mhm.
less number of cases. So there's going to be a little bit of shift, but I'll still say the top three destinations from the past will still remain, and even now some new destinations will keep coming up.
Oh, that's great. That's great. And we talk a lot in the travel industry about different niche markets, whether that's culinary or like you talked about yoga and wellness. What would be some real good fits for niche markets and in this?
Yeah. So we have been a small group specialist. We have been promoting this for a very long time, and on the contrary, now with the COVID situation, this will actually be a greater factor. People will like to travel with people whom they know, uh, anyone who is family and friends, anyone who is part of a small group that wants to do travel. That would be the niche market. But yeah, other than that, as I explained, we customize a lot of tours, so that's where Indus Travel fits in the new travel.
Well, and I know from your other presentations that the larger, say, religious groups would be a niche market for you, that those that want to travel together from their church or synagogue and go to perhaps one of the Holy Land type of tours, you do a lot of that as well.
Yeah. So if you're part of a club, or if you're part of a church, yes, we do faith-based tours. We have some
Hmm.
amazing itineraries that we have put up on the website. But again, if you are a Catholic, we can actually do a Catholic tour, and we also have the tour guides to assist you also in the whole process also.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. And now that the world is opening up, what is going to be the number one spot that you want to travel to first?
So my last trip that I had booked was for Bali, May 2020, and due to COVID, it got canceled. And I would like to start from there. I was always looking to go to Bali. It has beautiful beaches. I'm sure you all have watched the movie Eat, Love, and Pray. um, it has a total different atmosphere. So if things start opening up, and when we start traveling, I would definitely like to go to Bali as my first destination.
Oh, excellent. And that's a great one, definitely. And I think a lot of the people out there are wanting to do some of that splurge travel where they haven't traveled for over a year. And so they want to go to some of those special destinations. So,
Sure.
well, I thank you very much for giving us a little insight into what Indus Travel offers. And I encourage everyone to think about those different destinations and reach out to your travel advisor to look into them. And for sure, we can put a nice bubble travel group together. So those people that might be friends or family that you want to travel with. And we're talking, 10 or 12 people to put them together. And then we can get you over to some of these special destinations.
Yeah,
And I really look forward to when the world opens up again.
sure.
Great.
Thank you. Thank you very much for inviting us, and we look forward to assisting you and your groups for travel.
For sure. Thanks so much, Harish.
Thank you.